Megyn Kelly clearly wanted out of Fox News. Her spokeswoman tells me money was not the driving factor here.
From courtrooms to cable news, from hard-hitting debates to headline-grabbing fashion statements, few journalists have forged a path as riveting as Megyn Kelly's. Today, we peel back the layers of her extraordinary journey, her early trials, her meteoric rise, her battles on and off camera, and the transformative chapter she's currently writing. This isn't just the story of a TV anchor, it's the tale of a woman who redefined what it means to be bold, brilliant, and unafraid. Welcome to the real Megyn Kelly. No filters, no holds barred. Let's dive in. A Midwestern childhood forged in loss and determination. Born on February 18, 1970, in Champaign, Illinois, Megyn Marie Kelly was the daughter of Edward Francis Kelly, Ed D., a dedicated educator at the State University of New York at Albany, and Linda Kelly, a homemaker with proud Italian-German roots on her mother's side and Irish heritage through her father. From the earliest days, young Megyn displayed an unmistakable spark, an affinity for questions, debate, and a distinctive sense of style. Yet by age 15, life delivered its first crushing blow. Her father suffered a fatal heart attack. Suddenly, Megyn faced the world without a patriarchal anchor, navigating teenage life in suburban Syracuse, New York, where the family had settled after her father's passing. At Tecumseh Elementary, then Bethlehem Central High in nearby Del Mar, she balanced grief with ambition, channeling her energy into academics and student government. By 1992, Kelly had earned a bachelor's in political science from Syracuse University's Maxwell School. 3 years later, she strode across the stage at Albany Law School, JD in hand, ready to make her mark. Despite billing countless hours, Kelly soon felt the tug of burnout. In a candid 2010 GQ interview, she recalled a pre-dawn drive on Chicago's Kennedy Expressway. Tears streamed down my cheeks, she admitted. I thought, if I broke a bone, I'd be out for months, but mentally, I was already broken. That night, she resolved to pivot toward a career that fused intellectual rigor with creative engagement, breaking into broadcast. Kelly relocated to the nation's capital in 2003 and took a job as a general assignment reporter at WWJLA-TV, an ABC station. From the 2004 presidential election to the retirement of Justice Sandra Day O'Connor and the death of Chief Justice William Rehnquist, she covered it all, both nationally and locally. She also covered the confirmation hearings for U.S. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito and Chief Justice John G. Roberts. After the fact, CNN President Jonathan Klein expressed his regret at having passed on the opportunity to hire Kelly as a reporter earlier in her career, calling her the one talent you'd want to have from somewhere else. During this period, she took the last name of her anesthesiologist spouse, Daniel Kendall, and went by the name Megyn Kendall. Things took a sharp turn for Kelly when his demo tape fell into the hands of Bruce Melley's wife, Kim Hume, a news reporter. Roger Ailes, the leader of Fox News, received the tape from Hume later on. The rest is history, they say. At Fox News in the early 2000s, Megyn Kelly was through a lot of changes. While Dr. Dan Kendall and Megyn Kelly were a couple for 8 years, they were only married for 4 of those years. The Chicago wedding of Kelly and Kendall took place in 2001. In 2003, they uprooted their lives because Kendall had been given a residency in Baltimore's Johns Hopkins Hospital, and Kelly had found part-time employment as a reporter at Channel 8, an ABC affiliate. Their 2004 relocation to a townhouse in Alexandria, Virginia, was successful. Kelly's career took a dramatic change when she joined Fox News. Regrettably, the pair peacefully split up in 2006. They stayed in touch after Kelly moved close. In an interview with the Daily Mail in 2015, Kendall stated candidly, "I wanted a wife, and she wanted a wife." This was in reference to their marriage. "The two of us needed help with the kitchen, the house, and everything in between. Her personality is highly motivated. I just don't see her staying put at home. A Type B partner would have been more suitable for her. Things don't always turn out the way we want them to when both spouses are professionals. To sum up, Kelly's early 2000s were marked by a plethora of changes. A new career, a marriage, a position in national reporting, and, ultimately, a divorce. But her career as a rising TV reporter was just beginning. Off-camera chapters: love, family, and personal reinvention. Fox News was Megyn Kelly's first employer in 2004. She began her start reporting on the law and went on to host her own show, Kelly's Court. Along with her professional success, Kelly's personal life also began to improve. In 2006, a mutual acquaintance arranged up a blind date between Kelly and Douglas Brunt. The chief executive officer of Genuine, a firm that specializes in online security, Brunt splits his time between the Big Apple and Florida. Until Kelly relocated to the New York City headquarters of Fox News, the two maintained virtual communication. They became closer after being together. The New York Times reports that Brunt was planning to propose with the perfect engagement ring, but in his haste, he purchased a fake band that resembled the stone from Titanic. In 2008, when the false ring worked, they were married. Megyn Kelly had a very successful year professionally and personally, married Douglas Brunt the same year. St. Paul, Minnesota, was the site of the Republican National Convention, where her charisma and media savvy were well received. Kelly wore a clean white-collared shirt over a brown vest and skirt for a sophisticated and put-together appearance. Kelly flaunted her impeccable taste by spicing up the conservative ensemble with a bold beaded necklace that peeked out from behind her long blonde hair and a V-neck that exposed a hint of flesh. Here is one of her famous media appearances that showcases her courage and wits before we talk about her metamorphosis. During her January 2009 attack on Britney Spears, Megyn Kelly criticized the singer's song "If You Seek Amy" for what she said were sexually suggestive and obscene lyrics. During a Fox News episode, Kelly pleaded with the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, to either ban the song or restrict its airplay to periods when children are unlikely to listen. As a response, Britney Spears included a parody of a blonde newscaster from American News in the music video. In her interview on America's Newsroom, Kelly expressed her disapproval of the song at first. After that, Kelly said, "Bring it, Britney," thus inviting Britney to appear on her show. Britney Spears' defensive instincts kicked in when Megyn Kelly attacked her. Edward Yates Brunt was born to Kelly on September 25, 2009, 9 months after she made a comment on the lyrics of "If You Seek Amy" on America's Newsroom. She went to the New York premiere of It's Complicated at the Paris Theater, despite having just given birth. Kelly radiated self-assurance in a form-hugging black gown adorned with an arousing sequined collar. Having a baby doesn't have to mean compromising style, as she proved with a series of stylish outings that highlighted her toned arms. Megyn Kelly was in the spotlight again in April of 2010 when she made an appearance on Howard Stern's show, a full year after criticizing Britney Spears for her explicit songs. From Kelly's legs to her ideas on having sex before getting married after losing her personal life with her spouse, and the portrayal of sex in TV news and adult movies, the conversation covered a wide variety of themes. In 2016, Kelly brought up this conversation once again when she accused Donald Trump of hypocrisy for labeling his comments about women as sexist. Megyn Kelly was seen at the 6th annual Charity Day hosted by BGC Partners, Inc., and made an appearance on Howard Stern's show a few months ago. Kelly wore a black pump dress, which is more modest after her candid discussion with Stern. Short sleeves and a figure-hugging skirt were out of character for her, as were knee-length dresses. However, she maintained her individual flair by adorning with exquisite gold earrings and stacked bangle bracelets. The daring black bodycon dress that Megyn Kelly wore in the accompanying images garnered more attention than the interview itself during her GQ photoshoot and interview. Some early discussion ensued around the photographs when they were described as provocative in an article on Huffington Post. Kelly defended the photos, saying she was not embarrassed nor regretted them. When the topic subsided, but resurfaced during the 2016 presidential campaign, Megyn Kelly and her husband welcomed the birth of their second child, Yardley Evans Brunt, on April 15, 2011. Kelly opted for a longer maternity leave this time around in comparison to her previous kid. During this time, radio personality Mike Gallagher criticized her extended absence, claiming that maternity leave was a fraud. Kelly, known for her candor, didn't hesitate to challenge Gallagher. Paid parental leave was something she really supported. While inviting him to her August program, she made a point of saying that the U.S. was the only developed country without this kind of legislation. Kelly challenged Gallagher by asking him to explain his stance on the merits of taking a break after 9 months of pregnancy to rest, bond with the baby, and heal. In 2015, during what the New York Times dubbed the Megyn Kelly moment, her fearless approach to tackling tough topics and asking pointed questions helped her gain more fame. While Megyn Kelly's stance against Mike Gallagher on maternity leave garnered her praise, not everyone was on board with her enthusiasm. Jon Stewart accused Kelly of being hypocritical during an episode of The Daily Show because she seemed to have changed her mind against entitlement programs like paid time off. In his view, Kelly, according to Stewart, was clearly trying to take advantage of the situation. In an interview with Variety from 2015, Kelly admitted that Stewart's comments made her cry. However, she now has thicker skin. While you're just starting out, you wonder if someone with Jon Stewart's level of prominence may hurt your career, Kelly explained. Frankly, I have stopped paying attention to Jon Stewart. As far as I'm concerned, our work has endured. In 2012, Megyn Kelly supported Army SPC Brian Dilb, who sustained horrific shrapnel wounds from war, by attending a charity concert in his honor. At the Gary Sinise Foundation-sponsored event, Kelly nailed the perfect blend of flair and occasion appropriateness with her outfit. Her stylish, shorter hairdo complemented her sleeveless indigo mini dress, black tights, and boots. The hanging silver earrings she opted for added a sense of sophistication to her otherwise understated style. Whether it was a casual evening out with friends or a casual get-together, Kelly's outfit exemplified comfort and style. While 8 months along in her third pregnancy, Megyn Kelly spoke with musician Kid Rock about his political views and the cap on concert ticket prices in an interview. Kelly showed her penchant for modesty in a striking departure from her usual neutrals, a half-sleeve shirt in a bolder shade of purple. Even when she wasn't on the network, she flaunted her arms and added a touch of glitz to her otherwise understated outfit with heavy studded bracelets. Kelly, without a doubt, looked stunning as she spoke, her demeanor suggesting happiness at the prospect of becoming a mother. Just 1 month after that, Kelly and her husband were blessed with their third child, Thatcher Bray Brunt. Megyn Kelly launched her show, The Kelly File, following her maternity leave and third pregnancy. The show's teaser was characteristic of Kelly's signature style of reporting and news, providing viewers with clear and concise information. In an interview that aired on her first program, she had the audacity to name Senator Ted Cruz the most disliked man in America. Cruz attempted to avoid answering the questions, but Kelly skillfully redirected his focus by saying, "Now answer the question." At Variety's Power of Women event in 2014, when she was recognized with other influential women, Megyn Kelly made a lasting impact with her stylish attire. Adding a bold white panel to the back of a classic black dress, along with elegant hoop earrings and a necklace shaped like a raindrop, her outfit choice was sure to turn heads. Kelly's outfit expertly blended edginess with adventure. A turning point in Kelly's public character was symbolized by the dress, which was notable for its superb tailoring and luxurious materials. Although Kelly usually keeps a low profile, this was one of the first times the public noticed her trying a more daring style. The dress exuded an air of refined sophistication because to its broad straps and modest length, which softened the sharp angle of the fashionably exposed box-cut neckline. Wearing a geometrically printed dress in black, gray, and white in 2011, Megyn Kelly sported a daring look. The Hollywood Reporter included her in their 35 Most Powerful People in Media list. Kelly commanded attention with her striking bangle bracelet and signature dangling earrings. At the prestigious event, Kelly wore a patterned dress that was both bold and elegant, showcasing her commanding presence. Megyn Kelly became more self-reliant, while staying true to her own style as her celebrity grew. This was a golden opportunity for Megyn Kelly to explain, in a unique way, her political leanings. Kelly came clean about her political leanings, saying that she is a registered independent who has cast ballots for candidates from both parties, despite Jon Stewart's claims to the contrary. Fans of Kelly's work, who have known him for a long time, may not have been surprised by this news, given his reputation for combining conservative financial principles with liberal social goals. Kelly may be tight-lipped on some topics, including her feelings on abortion, but her evolving public persona has been slowly exposing her nuanced views. In 2015, Megyn Kelly returned to The Hollywood Reporter's 35 Most Powerful People in Media celebration, sporting an audacious ensemble that featured a black romper with a plunging neckline, a striking gold bracelet, and her trademark gold dangling earrings. She also sported longer hair and a more pronounced application of smoky eye makeup. There was a commotion because Kelly was there. While discussing her plan to interview Hillary Clinton with The Hollywood Reporter, Kelly said that Clinton was at the top of her interview wish list. Kelly thought about addressing Clinton on the country's preparedness for a female president because of her skill at handling weighty political issues. Delivered by Megyn Kelly at the Most Powerful Women's Summit, hosted by Fortune, Megyn Kelly has already established herself as an iconic personality by the year 2015. She turned heads in a sleeveless gray dress that fell just below the knee at the most influential women's summit hosted by Fortune magazine. At the event, Kelly discussed power and how it relates to autonomy and the ability to make choices. She could effortlessly carry off any appearance, which she displayed with her commanding stage presence. In 2015, Megyn Kelly stunned viewers as she presided over the inaugural Republican presidential debate. Her forceful interrogation of the candidates, especially Donald Trump, was more memorable than her striking earrings or stylish black attire. People began to question, who is she? As soon as they observed her presence in that famous black dress revolutionized many people's opinions of her as a journalist, even though many already considered her as a strong figure in the media. Do not miss out on the next exploration of the monumental change that takes place in her life. At the 2016 Republican presidential debate, Megyn Kelly donned a bold black jacket, dazzling jewelry, and an incredibly short, daring new hairdo. Unafraid to show that she was serious about her job and that long hair wasn't an issue while she was host, Kelly's confident, businesslike demeanor betrayed her as she persisted in asking tough questions, even when Donald Trump was there. The media's acclaim and Megyn Kelly's experience moderating debates featuring male contenders gave her a more certain air. Vanity Fair's 2016 Oscar party was in February, and Megyn Kelly was there. A stunning long black gown with a daring side split and a sequined top adorned her shoulders. She exuded confidence and flair on the glitzy red carpet, in an outfit that highlighted her sculpted waist and her famously toned arms. At Tina Brown's 6th annual Women in the World Summit in New York City on April 6, 2016, Megyn Kelly debuted on the runway. Her startling new hairstyle revealed a sliver of flesh and a glimmer of color. Kelly opted for a flashy pair of stiletto heels and a vibrant blue dress that contrasted with her typical subdued color scheme. The outfit featured a keyhole neckline that exposed her bare arms. This marked the start of a fresh chapter in Kelly's life and a significant change in her fashion taste. Kelly also did live interviews at the event, where they discussed her childhood, her relationships with Trump, and her resilience in the face of hardship, among other things. A Variety Power of Women event in New York in 2016 recognized Megyn Kelly. Her pastel pink dress, which partially covered her breast while exposing her arms and a sliver of leg, gave her a delicate springtime vibe. To fight child abuse, Kelly used her position at Variety to bring attention to a charity. When it came to this cause, she was more than simply a Fox News host. She selflessly dedicated her time and energy to several initiatives aimed at preventing child abuse, and she never missed a fundraising event. Kelly shows that it is possible to have an impact while still being fashionable. Megyn Kelly sported an audacious and breathtaking look at the Manus Ex Machina fashion show, which took place in this technological age. Everyone was captivated by Megyn Kelly's spectacular May 2016 presentation. In a classic black mermaid tail gown, Kelly's pick made her floral debut in an understated yet elegant way. The gown's exquisite gemstone-encrusted gold and silver sequin details, however, were the showstoppers and the center of attention as she turned. In contrast to her usual neutral shade, Kelly opted for a striking red lip color, which complemented her bold outfit choice. Beyond her work in journalism, Kelly once again shone her versatility by showcasing her exceptional sense of style and talent for dramatic fashion moments. Nothing goes wrong for Megyn Kelly when she wears a white blazer. Wearing an authoritative white skirt suit, Megyn Kelly made a striking entrance at the last Republican presidential debate of 2016. What she wore spoke a lot about her plans for the night. She made her third appearance among the Republican contenders, continuing what many regarded as a continuous dispute with Donald Trump. During the conversation, Kelly deftly pointed out the rivals' inconsistencies and even offered video proof to back up her assertions. Her poise and professionalism shone through as she wore the spotless white jacket, demonstrating her determination to hold the candidates accountable without compromising her position. It was a perfect example of how an outfit can make a person feel more confident and bold no matter how bad things become. This is about to happen, and it might surprise you. Roger Ailes was confronted by Megyn Kelly. No one paid any heed to the allegations of sexual harassment leveled against Roger Ailes, chair of Fox News, during the 2016 presidential campaign. There was an uptick in coverage of these accusations following the election and the publication of Settle for More, Megyn Kelly's memoir. Ailes was fired from the network after Kelly and more than 20 other women filed a harassment complaint against him. In her book, Kelly discussed her decision to come forward, highlighting the importance of taking the accusations seriously and holding the perpetrators accountable, rather than allowing them to manipulate the inquiry and escape punishment. Here, we have the major announcement. Megyn Kelly has lately been the subject of speculation about her appearance because of noticeable changes. Does Megyn Kelly look different now? Has Megyn Kelly changed in any way similar to OIC Face? Was a query that exhibited public attention and raised worries about possible covert modifications on services like X, previously Twitter. The term OIC face describes the physical changes that occur as a result of sudden weight loss, which can make a person look older and more hollowed out than they actually are. Rumors about Kelly's probable OIC usage have been circulating on social media for months. Some think Kelly isn't likely to use diet pills because of her consistent public character over the last 30 years, even though it's very uncommon for celebrities to do so. Throughout her 30-year career, Megyn Kelly has always maintained a slim figure, one commenter said. She probably won't resort to OIC right now, but Kelly has already spoken about her troubled history with weight control. She has spoken about her history of eating disorders on the Megyn Kelly program, but she has been mum on whether or not she still uses treatment. In December 2023, she made a statement on Oprah's confession of using OIC, saying that she had thought it was clear back then. Although weight reduction medicines may aid in weight loss, Kelly brought up in her conversation with the doctor the fact that they may not necessarily lead to improved health in the long run. In May of 2024, while broadcasting pro-Palestinian rallies on university campuses, Kelly made controversial remarks about demonstrators. Kelly advocated for the use of cover-up and OIC in cases when the demonstrators were unattractive or ignorant. These comments were far more derogatory than Kelly's previous ones on weight and body shaming. Kelly said in 2018 that she had used her stepfather's shame to motivate herself to lose weight while she was a law student, addressing body image problems in her appearance on The Today Show. On the other hand, she did admit that tactic was wrong and shared personal stories of relatives who had battled obesity. Kelly went on to discuss how she struggled with disordered eating after experiencing bullying in middle school because of her weight. Kelly was an integral part of the coverage and conversation around high-profile lawsuits and the #MeToo movement. Among the world's 100 most powerful individuals, Megyn Kelly was recognized by Time magazine in 2014. Kelly demonstrated her mastery of political journalism as moderator of many prominent presidential debates. For her outstanding work, Kelly has garnered a slew of accolades, including several Emmys. Currently, you may hear Megyn Kelly discussing thought-provoking issues on her podcast, The Megyn Kelly Show. She speaks to audiences all around the globe, sharing her wisdom and experiences as a popular public speaker. Megyn Kelly Presents was an NBC primetime special that Kelly hosted alongside her morning program. When it comes to issues like workplace equality and women's rights, Kelly has been quite outspoken. Several news outlets frequently include Megyn Kelly's political opinion and analysis. She uses Twitter and Instagram to interact with her fans and followers. After leaving NBC, Megyn Kelly stated she will be returning to the news with a new media endeavor. Has the cancellation of her Today Show ever baffled you? Get this. Megyn Kelly, Today, was scrapped on October 26, 2018, following a backlash that began when Kelly made the controversial comment that white people should feel free to wear blackface for Halloween. Megyn Kelly Today is not returning, NBC News announced. The broadcast ran for 4 hours on NBC's Today, a time period that other co-hosts would take over the following week. Kelly's future with the network was not discussed by NBC. Someone acquainted with the discussions, who asked to remain anonymous, did say that conversations over her departure were already begun. As far as Kelly's legal representation is concerned, Brian Friedman stated that her client remains an employee of NBC News and discussions about next steps are continuing, without providing any further details. Reportedly, Kelly was paid over $20 million per year for the first 2 years of a 3-year deal. Her controversial statements regarding blackface on broadcast sparked an uproar and led to the show's cancellation 4 days later. Kelly spoke out. If you're white and you wear blackface on Halloween, or black and you wear whiteface on Halloween, you will definitely be in trouble. Some felt it was okay when she was younger, as long as it was for a character, but critics said she was forgetting the shameful past of minstrel shows and movies when white actors wore blackface to ridicule black people for being stupid, lazy, or afraid. The next Wednesday, Kelly apologized on her show with tears in her eyes, and later that day, she apologized to other NBC employees. Following that, she skipped out on hosting future editions of Megyn Kelly Today. In a podcast episode of The Megyn Kelly Show airing on September 10, 2020, Kelly revealed the establishment of her media production firm, Devil May Care Media. On September 28th, its debut episode aired. The podcast was announced to be moving to SiriusXM on September 7, 2021, on the talk radio channel Triumph, airing weekdays at noon European time. SiriusXM members will also have access to a video simulcast of the show. This transition took place on July 6, 2021. Kelly hinted of an impending secret project in early 2023, suggesting that she needed to join SAG-AFTRA. She announced on her program on November 30, 2023, that she was cast in Mr. Bircham, an adult animated comedy series due to premiere in early 2024 on the Daily Wire. The other cast members include Danny Trejo, Roseanne Barr, and Adam Carolla. Joined by Elizabeth Vargas and Eliana Johnson, Kelly took back her seat at the moderator desk for News Nation's 4th Republican primary debate on December 6, 2023. It is impossible to overstate the extraordinary rise of Megyn Kelly from the ranks of practicing law to those of a renowned television personality. She went from dressing conservatively to making a statement in a daring halter dress during the 2016 Republican National Convention, demonstrating that confidence, elegance, and modesty can coexist. Kelly may not consider herself a feminist, but her public criticism of powerful men like Donald Trump and her advocacy for female Fox News hosts have encouraged many women to find their voices. Throughout it all, Kelly has demonstrated that any public discussion may be enriched by combining poise, confidence, and courageous inquiry. In your opinion, how does Megyn contribute to the media landscape? Please use the space below to express your opinions. Please enjoy the other videos that are currently playing, subscribe, and click the like button before you go.